good morning. It is another morning, and you can hear the birds tweeting in the background possibly. Right, I've finished my tail. Don't worry, there's two pieces here. I've finished the main part. Let's just have a little look. I walked all the way down, doing the increases, and now we've got that nice sort of shape, like so she's kind of reclining casually on the rock. I didn't sew all the ends in, I just kind of threaded them through to the middle of the piece on the back, because obviously that's all going to be hidden because it's a cushion, which is marvellous. So we're now going to move on to the tail fins, which are this gorgeous end bit here. We've got the only things that are sort of might be new to you are these. I'm sort of doing this so you can see the texture here. These raised stitches, front and back, are worked around the posts. So you've got front post trebles and back post trebles going on there. So that's the only thing that you might not know much about. So what I think we'll do is we'll have a look at how to start off with this part here. We'll do a couple of rows introducing you to front and back post trebles, and then probably just have a look up at the end part here at the spike stitch, and that should be, I don't know why I'm over this side, that should be everything that you need to be able to complete the tail fin. Okay, so you can't see all of Marilla, obviously because of the size of the camera, but you can see that she's sitting upright. Her body's going off up here and head's at the top, obviously. So she's sort of sitting reclined casually on a rock. And so her tail fin needs to be coming up over here, which means we're going to join on this top edge here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of work along the side for a little bit to get us enough stitches to be able to join that tail fin onto. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're working with green ice and silver again, held together just like you've done throughout the tail. So again, not much new there. Right, so we're going to start by joining right into the corner, the double crochet of that last row. I think, is it row 22? Oh, don't know. Row 22, yes. It doesn't matter, it's that corner one. As long as you've got enough rows, it's fine. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put my hook through, and I'm just going to bring a loop through thus. Okay, and this is the bit that always kind of, oh, it's okay. Sometimes I spend ages trying to separate out those yarns. Right, off we go then. So we're going to start with one chain, and that is not counting as a double crochet. It doesn't count as a stitch on this one at all. And I'm then going to put double crochet in the same space. Now obviously this is all detailed in your pattern, so you don't need to be worrying about making notes of stitches or anything like that. But I'm just kind of referring to what I'm doing as I go. Now, an easy way, when you read through the next part of this pattern, you're going to see that you've got to do 2 stitches in one place, 2 stitches in one place, then 1 stitch. And when you look, there you go, when you look at where you're going to be picking up, you can see you've got kind of a long part, 2 stitches are going to go in there, another long part, and by long part I mean, you know, these are treble stitches, aren't they? So 2 stitches can fit in there, 2 stitches can fit in there, and then you've got a double crochet. When you hit the double crochet, you're just going to put 1 stitch in there. Okay, then 2 stitches in the treble, 2 stitches in the treble, 1 in that little double. Okay, and we're going to do that until we get to, there's only 15 stitches, so there's not too many to worry about. So let's make a start. Okay, so let's go. We've started with, I've secured the yarn and I've made that 1 double crochet in that end double crochet stitch. So following the logic I've just said, we've got 2 lots of 2, 2 lots of places where I can put 2 double crochet. So let's go ahead and do that. And in your pattern, this is referred to making a double crochet around, how does she say it? Around stitch to the side of row 21. Okay, so all I've done there, and I'll just show you again, so there's 2 has just gone in there. I'm now going to do the same again, 2 in the next one. I'm just actually going under that stitch. Can you see under that treble that's there? So it's nice and easy. It's, you know, an easy place to be able to put your hook. So here's another 2. So my count of stitches total is 5 now, because I started off with that double crochet, remember. Okay, I've now hit the double crochet and there's only space for 1 in there. So I'm just going to put 1 into that stitch. I'm doing it quite loosely so you kind of see where I'm going really, but you can do it a little bit tighter, I think. Okay, I've now hit the treble crochets again, so I can get 2 in each of those. Okay, so we've got, let's do a quick count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, another 2 in the next 2. Oh, sorry, in the next treble. So that is just the easiest way to look at this, the fact that if there's a treble there, you're going to put two doubles into it, into the side of it. And when there's a double, you're just going to put 1 into the side of it. Just in there. I made that a little bit tight when I tied off my yarns, but don't worry too much. We just need to get that tail attached. That is the whole purpose of this particular excuse me, particular exercise. Because it's first thing in the morning, I can't remember how many I've done, so I'm sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 11, so we've only got 4 more to do, which means 2 more stitches in each of these next 2 rows, which end in the treble stitches. And if you check on your pattern, you will see helpfully that the picked up stitches do end in this particular row here, which I think is row 14. All right, so we're going to have 15 stitches in total. So easy, 2 in the trebles, 1 in the double. That's all you've got to remember, and you just keep that pattern going until you've got 15 stitches. So I think this is my last stitch, so I'm going to just take my hook out, give it a quick count. Obviously we've done UK terminology here, you can tell, can't you? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, hurrah! So row 1 of our tail fin is picking up those double crochets. We've got 15. It's given us that base, that foundation to be able to start working our crochet up in this direction. So that's all we really needed to do there. For the next 2 rows, it's just straight double crochet backwards and forwards. So I'm just going to go and do 2 rows of double crochet, and I'll meet you at the beginning of row 4. Right, okay, I've done 2 rows of double crochet now, so I've got 3 rows there in total. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. With the silver going through. Right, so we're now on row 4, and what row 4 is going to give us, we're going to start making that fin shape. So let's have a look at that. Again, sort of setting this up for the exciting stitches to come. So I've turned my work, and you can see all my ends now on the back, can't you? Just that is a tip actually while we're here. I just found them kind of getting in the way a lot, so just moving them into the middle, just sort of pulling them through into the middle, has kept them well out of the way, and I think that's probably going to help me when I go around the edge, so that's good news. Sorry, let's get back to the matter in hand. Right, 3 chain. So this is going to count here as our first treble, and that's going to be the same as we work this tail fin. If we start with a 3 chain, that's going to count as a treble. Okay, right, 2 treble in the base, the stitch at the base of the chain. So you can see the chain coming up here, the stitch at the base is this one here. Again, this is not, this isn't, oops, I forgot to go around my hook. This isn't different to what we've been doing so far, but I'm just sort of showing you placement. Okay. Can you hear the birds? It's beautiful. It's quite early in the morning, so they're really going for it. Right, 1 treble in each of the next 4 stitches. This is our sort of setup shape. This part is lovely and easy because we're back to having a nice sort of straight line to work into. I feel much happier when it's easy. Get lulled into a false sense of security. Right, sorry, I'm chatting away. That's 3, and that is 4. Okay, we're now to shape it, to bring the that level down a bit. We're going to make the stitches shorter. So we've done some trebles. Let's do a half treble now, just one half treble, I think, in the next one. I find half trebles quite difficult with that silver thread, but go gentle, it's fine. One double crochet in the next one, so just making the stitches even shorter to give us that curving shape, and then shorter still, one slip stitch. Okay, again, quite tricky with the silver, but go careful and you'll be fine. Right, so that's, you can see we've started to make a sort of a slope there, and we're going to do the reverse going up the other side now. So we've done our one slip stitch, that's the smallest stitch we can get. Let's go one double. Again, I'm sorry if I've said this already, but UK terminology, obviously. One half treble, four, was it 4 or 3? four treble, sorry. I really need a coffee, don't I? I've got a cup of tea here. 3 and 4. I've not got a lot of this left because of my ridiculous what do you call it, tension situation I told you about earlier. If I run out of it, I've got loads of turquoise, so I'll just pop that in, it'll be fine. Right, 3 of those, and then, sorry, was there 4 of those? Did I say 4? 4 of those, 4 trebles, and then 3 in the final stitch. And I'm going to just give that a count up because my mind wandered, which, you know, I don't think any of you would be surprised about. I'm not going to finish the last treble because we're going to change colour. But let me just stop there. And, oh, it's so, I love it already. And I've already made it once. You'd think I'd be over it, wouldn't you? But I'm not. Right, so let me just check going up this side. I've got my 3 treble at the end. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 treble there. 1 half treble, 1 double crochet, taking us right down to that centre point, which is the slip stitch. So that is the first 4 rows of the tail fin, and we're ready now to change to favourite, the pesto colour, and start looking at those slightly different stitches.